Okay, dear students, let us derive an expression for the center distance between two spiral gears. When a spiral gears are meshing with each other, then the shortest distance between the shaft, that is CD, let it be center distance, and we are going to derive an expression for the shortest center distance between two meshing spiral gears. Okay, now we are clear with some of the terms of a spiral gear or helical gear, that is a helix angle, the angle made by, right? We know that the teeth of a spur gear, they run parallel to the axis of the shaft, whereas that of a spiral gear or a helical gear, the teeth run at some angle with the axis of the shaft, and that angle is termed as helix angle. This angle is termed as helix angle. Now we also know that there are two terminologies for helical gear, that is a circular pitch and a normal pitch. Say suppose that if you are having a gear, this gear as a helical gear, in that case say these are the teeth which are inclined at some angle with the axis of the shaft, so this angle will be termed as helix angle. Then the shortest distance between both the teeth is known as the normal pitch, and the distance between two corresponding points of the adjacent teeth will be termed as circular pitch, PC. We denote circular pitch by PC and normal pitch by PN, and we have a relation between PN and PC as we know that circular normal pitch PN is equal to circular pitch PC into cos of helix angle. If we denote helix angle by alpha, in that case PN, normal pitch PN, is equal to circular pitch PC into cos of alpha. Right? So these are the basics which we will require, along with some more basics which we will discuss while deriving the expression. Now let us consider that a smaller spiral gear is meshing with a bigger spiral gear, that is it is having more circular pitch diameter as compared to the meshing one, and that is their circular pitches are differing. In that case, the one with a smaller pitch circular diameter, we refer it as a pinion, and we say that normally a pinion is always a dryer, and among the meshing one, the one which has a higher pitch circle diameter will be termed as gear. So pinion, a spiral gear, pinion is meshing with a spiral gear. Now we have to find out this distance, that is the center distance. If this is the axis, horizontal axis of the gear, in that case we have to find out the distance, center to center distance between both meshing gears. And likewise, I have also drawn the line diagram for the meshing teeth, which gives us the position of their axis, their teeth, the helix angle and shaft angle theta. Now, before deriving, let us define all the terminologies which we will use during our derivation. We know that normal pitch PN, that PN is nothing but normal pitch. So PN is normal pitch. We know that PN is also equal to PC cos of alpha. Right? Now PN is equal to PC cos of alpha. If the angle alpha differs, in that case it will be PC cos of helix angle. We can say that PC into cos of helix angle. Okay. Now let alpha 1, or let us say as alpha and beta. Alpha and beta are helix angle of pinion and gear. what we are saying, alpha and beta. Alpha and beta. Alpha is the helix angle for pinion and beta is the helix angle for gear. So alpha and beta are helix angle for pinion and gear. In that case, the normal pitch for pinion will be PC cos of alpha, and that for gear will be PC cos of beta. Right? So we must be aware of that fact, that how we change the normal pitch. Okay, let PC circular pitch and PC circular pitch for pinion PC1. Let PC1 or PCP be the circular pitch for pinion and PCG be the circular pitch for gear. So we can say that PCP and PCG are pitch circle or circular pitch, circular pitch for pinion and gear. Now circular pitch for pinion and gear, we know that circular pitch have a relation of PCP. From this relation, if we find out normal pitch for pinion, in that case circular pitch for pinion will be equal to normal pitch upon cos of alpha, and the circular pitch for gear will be equal to normal pitch Pn upon cos of beta. And that is this both relation we are finding from here, that is the normal pitch. Now let Tp be the number of teeth on pinion and Tg be the number of teeth on gear. So Tp and Tg are number of teeth on pinion and gear. Right? Now some more terminologies, dp and dg. We know that they are pitch circle diameters for pinion and gear, and let us also define n1 and n2, or let them be np and ng as the speed of pinion and speed of gear. And finally let us define angle theta. We can say that angle theta is shaft angle. This angle theta is shaft angle. Now this shaft angle is nothing but when two spiral gears are meshing with each other. In that case, the angle between them, the angle between both the shafts, this angle is nothing but the shaft angle, and it is generally the sum of both angles, that is helix angles, alpha plus beta if they are of same hand, and alpha minus beta in case if they are of different hands. So that is the shaft angle theta. Now since we have defined all the terminologies, and let me wipe it some part since we are having the space constraint. So let us move forward for deriving the expression. Now we can say that the center distance, say CD, we can say that the center distance CD is equal to, remember center distance CD is nothing but this much. Can I say it will be equal to this distance plus this distance, that is the radius of the gear and the radius of pinion, or simply we can say that pitch circle of pinion plus pitch circle of gear upon 2, that is upon 2. And so the center distance is nothing but pitch circle diameter of pinion plus pitch circle diameter of gear by 2. So we can say that this is the final expression. So if we are having the diameters of both gears, both the meshing spiral gears, in that case we can say that the center distance is this much, final. Okay, let us find out this center distance in some more terminologies. we can say now, this is equation number 1. We also know that the circular pitch PC, circular pitch PCP, we know that circular pitch PC is nothing but pi into m, that is pi into pitch circle diameter for pinion upon number of teeth on pinion, TP. Or we can say that pitch circle diameter of pinion dp, this dp, we can say that pitch circle diameter dp is equal to pitch circle of pinion, circular pitch for pinion, into number of teeth on pinion upon pi. Now we can say that dp is nothing but pcp into tp upon pi. And we can also say that the circular pitch for gear PCG will be equal to pi into dg upon number of teeth on gear TG, or the pitch circle diameter for gear dg will be equal to circular pitch for gear into number of teeth on gear upon pi, right? So we have two expressions in terms of dp and dg where we can substitute in this equation number 1, right? But we also know that PCP is equal to circular pitch PCP is nothing but Pn upon cos of phi, and this PCG is equal to Pn upon cos of beta, right? So dear students, we have this final expression CD equals to dp plus dg by 2, right? We will make changes in this expression since center distance CD is equal to dp plus dg by 2. This is what we got in equation number 1. We have found the value of dp in terms of circular pitch for pinion, number of teeth on pinion, right? So what we will do, that dp, put the value of dp is nothing but circular pitch pc for pinion into number of teeth on pinion upon pi plus of, let me wipe it out, plus of dg. Now what this dg is, circular pitch PCG into number of teeth on gear TG upon pi upon 2. This is what we got for center distance CD. Now what can I do is, since what we will require now, let me clear this concept here itself, that alpha and beta, this alpha and beta will together give me the total shaft angle theta, that is what we have mentioned while defining these terms, that theta is equal to alpha plus beta. Since we don't need this one, let me wipe it out. Okay, so center distance we have this much, the denominators are equal to pi, so we can say that these terms will get added, right? What center distance will be is, can I say from here, say center distance will be equal to PCP plus TP, circular pitch for pinion, into number of teeth on pinion, plus PCG, circular pitch for gear, into number of teeth on gear upon pi, and that pi will get multiplied with 2, that is upon 2 pi. So that will be the final expression for center distance CD, right? Now we also know that the circular pitch for pinion in terms of normal pitch and helix angle is equal to Pn upon cos of alpha, and the circular pitch for gear in terms of normal pitch and helix angle is Pn upon cos of beta, that is for gear, and for pinion it is in terms of alpha, that is helix angle for pinion alpha and helix angle for gear is beta. So we can say that center distance is equal to PCP, circular pitch for pinion, we have Pn cos of alpha into number of teeth on pinion plus circular pitch for gear. Circular pitch for gear is nothing but Pn upon cos of beta into number of teeth on gear Tg upon 2 pi. So that is what we have got in case center distance CD, right? Now we can say that we have in numerator we have two terms, this term and this term, where Pn is common. So Pn upon, so this Pn is common, and 2 pi, 1 upon 2 pi, I am taking it outside. Pn upon 2 pi, the terms which will be inside will be Tp upon cos of phi, right? So what we will get is the inside terms will be number of teeth on pinion Tp upon cos of alpha. So Tp upon cos of alpha plus of again Tg upon cos of beta. So center distance CD is Pn upon 2 pi in bracket Tp upon cos of alpha plus Tg upon cos of beta, right? Let us formulate these expressions in terms of gear ratio. What will happen if I multiply Pn upon 2 pi inner terms? What I am doing is, since we have the expression Tp upon cos of alpha plus Tg upon cos of beta, what I am doing is I am multiplying and dividing the second term by number of teeth on pinion Tp. Nothing changes by doing that. What I wanted to do is I wanted to bring the expression in terms of gear ratio. We know that gear ratio is gear ratio G. We denote gear ratio by G. We have come across this terminology gear ratio in our spur gears, and the same concept continues. But gear ratio is nothing but number of teeth on gear Tg upon number of teeth on pinion Tp, right? So gear ratio is Tg upon Tp. So can I say that if I multiply and divide the second term by number of teeth on pinion, nothing changes, right? In that case, can I say that from the inner terms, whatever is there in bracket, Tp can be taken out as a common term? So I can say that Pn into number of teeth on pinion, Pn into Tp upon cos upon 2 pi in bracket. What we get? 1 upon cos of alpha plus of this Tp has been taken out. So what we get is number of teeth on gear Tg in numerator, and in denominator we get number of teeth on pinion Tp into cos of beta. Now Tg upon Tp, can I say that Tg upon Tp is nothing but the ratio of number of teeth on gears and number of teeth on pinion? Tg upon Tp can be given as a terminology G. So what I can write is Pn normal pitch into number of teeth on pinion Tp upon 2 pi in bracket 1 upon cos of alpha plus of Tg by Tp changes to gear ratio G upon Tg by Tp changes to gear ratio G upon cos of beta bracket close, and this is equal to center distance CD, right? So can I say that center distance CD is equal to Pn upon Tp upon 2 pi in bracket 1 upon cos of alpha 1 plus G upon cos of beta, right? Cos of alpha plus cos of beta. This alpha and beta, what are they? They are the helix angles of the meshing gears. Alpha is helix angle for pinion, beta is helix angle for gear. Now somewhere in books, instead of alpha and beta, alpha 1 and alpha 2 are used, so nothing changes. The whatever we have to remember is center distance is equal to normal pitch into number of teeth on pinion upon 2 pi. normal pitch into number of teeth on pinion upon 2 pi in bracket 1 upon cos of helix angle for pinion plus of gear ratio upon cos of helix angle for gear. Whatever we have to remember is this expression. This is the final expression. CD equals to Pn into 2 Tp upon 2 pi in bracket 1 upon cos of alpha 1 plus of g, 1 upon cos of alpha plus g upon cos of beta. This is the final expression for center distance for center distance of two meshing spiral gears. So dear students, we will stop here and will come with a new derivation for efficiency of spiral gear in the coming lectures. Till then, have a good day.